yes, there is absolutely a time in your life where it is too late to speak out. That's when you're dead. To be honest, there is no time, no timeline, no time frame that you should speak out. Look, ideally, it is best to speak out as soon as you can in regards to child sexual abuse, to help protect you, to help protect others, to help put the perpetrator away. But the reality is, as we get older and as we get further away from the trauma, it becomes almost a distant memory that we've tried to bury for so long. And it becomes so much harder to bring it back to the surface, so to deal with it. Now, there is no wrong time to speak out, but it is important to speak out, not only for putting the predator away or getting repercussions for the predator, but for your own healing, for your own peace of mind, for your own understanding. The hardest part is accepting what happened to you happened. Now, vocalizing that to whoever that may be, to a friend, to a client, to a parent, to a stranger, is really important, because that allows you to accept that it is a truth. When you're talking to yourself in your own head, as much as you believe it, you're still not confident in the idea that it did happen and accepting that something did go wrong and it was not your fault. So yes, I do believe you can speak out at any time. And I do believe it does get harder as time goes on. Reason being because you've set your life to a certain degree. You may have family now, you may have children, you may have bonds and relationships with people that don't understand that side of your life. And as soon as you open that box, people expect you to be the person you were prior to that, the person who had no trauma, the person who had no issues. And you're like, well, this is the true me. And then you lose a lot of people in your life. That's the reality. You will lose a lot of friends, a lot of family. You will find people that don't go along with your value lines, that don't believe you, that will discredit you, which will gaslight you. People that may have had involvement with the perpetrator, saying that, you know, you're making this story up, it didn't happen. These are all the things that you will be confronted with as you go in the process of speaking out. So the earlier you do speak out, the better it is for regards to your own memory, your own healing, your own survival and your own protection. But if you do find yourself years down the track remembering a traumatic event that has now come to the surface, because sometimes that's how it just happens. It comes to the surface when you're ready to deal with it. And you're questioning whether or not you should speak out, 100%. Speak out. Know your truth. The sooner you do speak out, when you are understanding that it's surfacing and it's kind of coming to that point where if I don't say something, I don't know, I'm going to go crazy in my mind. But if I keep it quiet, maybe I'm protecting everyone else. Know the truth. You need to protect you first. You need to heal. You need to move forward. And in turn, if the perpetrator is still around, you potentially are protecting someone else. Now, I get this conversation kind that comes up a lot with clients that are now with families, now have children, and still know the predator is around. And they're afraid that bringing up the conversation will potentially destroy all of their bonds and connections with people. Yeah, you're right, it may. But why do you want a bond or a connection with someone who won't believe you, who won't support you, who won't protect you or your children? Think about that for a moment. So you're keeping them in your life because, well, if they don't know this situation, they're okay. But if they know they're not going to want me in your life, well, then they shouldn't be in your life. It may be easier, the path you're on now, lying or hiding or holding back information. But easier is not better. Easier is not growth. Easier is not healing. And you might find yourself always stuck, always coming about with, roadblocks in your life, mental blocks, places where you want to really push hard and you're getting stuck. And I guarantee you, holding on to that trauma is not making it easier. You are not your true self. You are not owning your true self. So once you move past that, your old self, your past, and heal beyond it, you can be anything you want to be. And that's all it takes, is speaking out, but when you're ready. If you find it hard to find someone to speak out to, start with someone you trust the most, someone you understand their values, their core beliefs, someone that you can have a discussion honestly with. Now, if you still feel confronted by that, sometimes a stranger is great. The counselor, the psychologist, the coach, the practitioner, whoever it is. Sometimes that can start a conversation to give you a little bit of confidence to understand what you might be going through. Find like-minded humans. There are a lot of forums, groups, people that have spoken out that you can reach out to. So please understand, the only time that is too late to speak up is when you're gone from this world. So please speak up as soon as you can when you feel ready. Don't let anyone force it upon you, but know that it is a major part of your healing, your growth, your survival, your protection, and living beyond the trauma. You could also help potentially save another victim.